Hi, I'm Sharon Dooley, sports massage therapist and yoga teacher. So today's short little sequence is all about helping to relieve tension across the front of the body to allow movement around the back. So it can work if you've had a really hard day at the office and you tend to be a little bit hunched over. It can work if you've had a heavy gym session or whatever sport you do, if you find that you're getting really tight through here, which is then causing you to be very round shouldered and you're struggling to get everything opened up again. Sometimes with the nervous system, really focusing on the breathing, but just calmly remaining in a posture with some support can be enough to just allow everything to relax so you then regain that movement. It can be quite strong though, so if you have any sensations whilst you're in the postures, just bring a bit more support to the body, or don't quite go too deep to begin with. And then what you'll find is over maybe after 3 or 4 breaths, you might be able to open things up, take some of the supports away. So I'm just going to demonstrate, and then maybe set yourself a timer and choose anything from a minute up to 2 or 3 minutes per posture. So the first one is a supported bridge posture. And you've got the option with the block of just this level, this level, this level. If you find you're somewhere in between, it can be useful to have another little block. So if you can't quite get to this position, sometimes that can be like a little stepping stone. You're going to be lying on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Try and have your feet pointing straight ahead. Head resting down on the floor. If your head is tilted back, then a towel, a block or something, just so that your head and neck are in line with your spine. And then take whatever side you want. So you can either be low down, so it's going to go on the bony bit just above your bum, or you can be in this position. And what you can do is start in, say, this position if that's comfortable for you. And then after a few breaths, if you feel like you want a little bit more, you feel that there is more room for movement, you can lift up. And then as you're breathing in and out, just really allowing your body to lengthen. And then when you're ready to come out, you just gently bring the block out. And after this one, just gently hugging your knees in towards your chest and rock from side to side. So that's the supported bridge. The next one is focus, real focus on the arms. So you might again want some blocks handy to support your arms. Start off with your knees bent, arms out in front. You're going to let your head rest down and then gently taking your arms back with a view to getting your shoulder down. And this is where I've got a bolster I'm resting this arm onto. And with every exhale, just imagine allowing your shoulders to drop towards the floor. So maybe at some point you'll have both shoulders in contact with the floor. And then obviously you're going to do that again on the other side. So I was just resting my arm down onto a bolster, and then over time, maybe you can take that out and you can rest either below the elbow or above the elbow, just playing around with whatever allows your body to feel comfortable so that you can stay in that position for maybe 1 to 2 minutes, and just working through as you're breathing, just really allowing your body to let go of the tensions. Next one is one that I really like for really getting into the pecs and really helping to release off through here, but also through the middle of your shoulder blades. So puppy dog, you can do this supported or unsupported. So starting on all fours, just taking your knees slightly back behind your hips, walking your hands forward. You can take them wider or keep them slightly narrower, just playing around with what feels comfortable initially. And then you're going to keep your hips high and think about dropping your chest, almost dropping through your arms, and then just let your head rest down. If your head doesn't come to the floor, then you can take whatever size block you need so that forehead is being supported. If your legs are super tight along the front, you can take a rolled up towel, just so that your feet have something to rest into. And while you're there, just bring in your awareness around your shoulders, the front, the back of your body. And then when you're ready, you just slowly come back to all fours and come up to sitting. The next posture you might want to keep a rolled towel is Sphinx. You can do this again, supported or unsupported. So I'll show you the different options. I've got a bolster, but obviously you can just get some big bath towels and roll them into that shape. So you're going to have forearms down, elbows roughly under your shoulders, and then the hands out in front of you. There's one option. You can take the bolster, so it's going to sit just, I'll say just in front of your hips, but you can move around with it so that you feel comfortable. You don't want to feel like you can't breathe either. You can also take some blocks. This will generally intensify it a little bit, so it's important with any support here, you don't start to hunch your shoulders, just allowing your shoulder blades to stay relaxed down towards your hips. And then as you're breathing in and out here, really focus on allowing length through the front of your body and through the back of your body, so you're not pinching or shortening here. It's really lengthening up out of your hips. If you find you're pinching here, then don't come up quite so high. Or you can really modify and just be here. The idea is to create length and space, not create a pinching problem. And then when you're done, so after maybe 1 to 2 minutes in that posture, just resting with your forehead on your hands. So that's just a few little examples of things you can do just to help to relax the body. So it's a real focus on relaxing. I wouldn't use any of that just before doing any kind of busy, fast activities. It's very much more about end of day recovery just before chilling out in the evening, as opposed to that's not really going to fire you up and get your body ready or prepared for any kind of sport. But it can be quite useful after a long day sat at the office, just to spend even just one of those postures, just a few minutes before you then go and start moving around and doing housework and things, just to try and let go of some of that tension. Next week, I'm going to start doing some more focus on strength building again as we lead into winter, but it's also a time of spending a little bit more time on self-care. The evenings are drawing in, so allowing yourself maybe a little bit more sleep if you have the time to do so. Have a great week.